episode of Kami, you will hear, you will see some puzzles unfold to the soothing sounds of my voice, with a little surprise at the end. Let's go. A great biologist once recommended that to understand the actual, we must contemplate the possible. No practical biologist interested in sexual reproduction would be led to think out the detailed consequences experienced by organisms having 3 or more sexes. Yet, what else should he do if he wishes to understand why the sexes are in fact always 2? Williams and Maynard Smith and others have taught us that one of the commonest, most universal features of life on Earth, sexuality itself, should not be accepted without question. Indeed, its existence turns out to be positively surprising when set against the imagined possibility of asexual reproduction. To imagine asexual reproduction as a hypothetical possibility is not difficult, since we know it is a reality in some animals and plants. But are there other cases where our imagination receives no such prompting? Are there important facts about life that we hardly notice simply because we lack the imagination to visualize alternatives which, like Fisher's 3 sexes, might have existed in some possible world? I shall try to show you that the answer is yes! Playing with an imaginary world in order to experience our understanding of the actual world is the technique of thought experiment. It is used by philosophers. For instance, in a collection of essays in the philosophy of mind, various authors imagine surgical operations in which one person's brain is transplanted into another person's body, and they use the thought experiment to clarify the meaning of personal identity. At times, philosophers' thought experiments are purely imaginary and wildly improbable, but this doesn't matter, given the purpose for which they are made. At other times, they are informed, to a greater or lesser extent, by facts from the real world. For instance, the facts of split brain experiments. Consider another experiment, this time from evolutionary biology. When I was an undergraduate obliged to write speculative essays on the origin of the chordates and other topics of remote phylogeny, one of my tutors rightly tried to shake my faith in the value of such speculations by suggesting that anything could, in principle, evolve into anything else. Even insects could evolve into mammals, if only the right sequence of selection pressures were provided in the right order. At the time, as most zoologists would, I dismissed the idea as obvious nonsense. And I still, of course, don't believe that the right sequence of selection pressures would be provided. Nor did my tutor. But as far as the principle is concerned, a simple thought experiment shows it to be clearly incontrovertible. That was good stuff. Start over. Okay. Dun, do, 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 Ah, hold on. Okay, third time. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la